Hey gang, it's Niall here from howdoigetgreatlegs.com, and I wanted to talk to you today about what diets can help fight cellulite. You know, of today's popular diets, because a lot of people want to lose weight. There's a lot of good information out there, but it's just because something's going to lean you down, is it going to help fight the appearance of cellulite? And the quick answer is not necessarily so, right? So if you read the blog and the link below, I go through a lot of today's popular diets, and a lot of them can help, but there's a catch, right? Because a lot of them have parameters that can be used to help fight cellulite, or you can mess up the diet, still technically following whatever diet it may be, right? So if you're looking at most of them that I find effective, things like Paleo, Atkins, South Beach, things like that, they all have certain things at the core. They want you to eat whole, unprocessed foods. And that's a good thing. If you're looking to get rid of cellulite, you want to eat a lot of whole foods. Stay away from processed foods. Why? Because there's a lot of junk hidden in processed foods, a lot of sugar, a lot of fat. So you want to stay away from those as much as possible. But within each of those diets, you have the ability to make mistakes, right? So if it's the paleo diet, a lot of paleo people I know, paleo says you can eat bacon, or certain versions of it, right? So some people try to have bacon with every meal. Now, you might even still be able to lean down, but that's not exactly great for heart disease. If you look at Atkins, South Beach, vegetarian or vegan, or low carb, which Atkins is basically low carb. These things say that you want to stay away from high glycemic carbs, but you can eat things like whole grain pasta. Now, while whole grain pasta isn't an evil unto itself, eating too much of it will jack your glycemic level, right? That's going to have you put on weight. So you could technically be following these diets and still eating too much carbs. Too much carbs is going to put the weight on. So I don't believe in extremes. I think you should be able to eat carbs, but you have to watch your portions, right? So if you're going to follow any of those diets, I would suggest you follow a simple rule. If you're looking at your plate, your bowl, whatever it is, a third of it is protein, a third of it is complex carbs, and a third of it is fibrous veggies, okay? So whether you want to be a vegetarian or you just want to eat meat and paleo, you can make that happen, right? There's a lot of great sources for protein in vegetarian diets, and there's a lot of good complex carbs that you can eat with paleo, a lot of vegetables. Diets that I'm not so crazy about, if you really want to battle weight loss and cellulite. One is a low-calorie diet, right? A low-calorie diet, cutting calories still means you can eat a lot of crap that's going to contribute to cellulite. The other one is Weight Watchers. Now, Weight Watchers I think is good as a jump start. If you have a decent amount of weight to lose, anything over 30 pounds, and if you have a hard time following a diet, if you have a hard time changing your habits, Weight Watchers is a good place to start. But that by itself isn't going to get you where you want to go. So maybe you stay on Weight Watchers. You lose your first 10 pounds with Weight Watchers. Then progress onto something else. Last little thing. A lot of these diets say that you can eat dairy, right? Now, from a cellulite point of view, we want to minimize dairy. Modern dairy has very high estrogen levels. And as we've discussed before, cellulite starts with a hormone imbalance. When your estrogen gets too high, that starts a whole chain of chemical reactions in the body that ultimately result in cellulite. So you want to watch how much dairy you're taking. Again, you don't have to kill it entirely, but you really want to minimize it, right? I keep dairy for my cheat day. I have one cheat day a week, and I have about 2.5, 3 cheat meals on that day, and I've got an urge for dairy. It happens that day, okay? Last thing, we were just talking about hormone balances, right? These diets by themselves will do a lot, but if you really want to get rid of cellulite, you also have to exercise in a particular way, right? You have to do high-intensity exercise because that's going to help balance your hormones. So whether it's high-intensity interval training, sprint training, which is my preferred method of training, strength training, or a combination of all three. Do those with a particular focus on your hips and legs, so you not only build the muscles and sculpt them and burn fat, but you also balance your hormones, right? Last thing, rest and recovery, okay? If you're not getting enough rest, your hormones are going to be out of whack. So get some good sleep. If you have a stressful job or just general stress in life, try to manage it, whether that's going to yoga, taking some time out for yourself, breathing exercises, whatever it is that you need to de-stress. Make sure you set up some time on a weekly basis to get it done. So that's follow a good diet, but use some common sense. Watch your portions. Make sure you have a nice, healthy mix of carbs, proteins, and fibrous veggies every time you eat. Watch your dairy. Watch the wheat. Keep it to a minimum. Exercise with high-intensity exercise. Get good rest and recovery, and that cellulite will disappear in no time. Take it easy, gang. That's Niall Trainer from How Do I Get Great Legs, telling you what diets help fight cellulite.